My name is Yesige Brown Bravo, the founder and former executive director of Stress-Free Investment Club. The club that was born out of the COVID-19 lockdown. Many would ask themselves, how did I make it? To me, this was very simple. I just wanted to show people the power of the internet, but most specifically, Facebook. I saw so many people suffering in USA, in Canada, in UK, in Uganda. Many people went homeless because so many people did not have any savings. Then I thought twice and I'm like, what can I do? In this case, I said, let me make a small post on my Facebook page calling upon members that followed me to come together and we start an investment club. This is where Stress-Free Investment Club was born. The motto is, just begin. Why did I say just begin? I didn't want so many people to ask questions because at that time we were all in lockdown. We had nowhere to go and so many people would ask so many questions. Where is the constitution? Where are the documents? Where is the registration? I told most of my followers and I told them, just begin. And guess what? We are ending our 4th year by 30th June. Right from 2020 up to 2024. It's so amazing that this is something that started right in my bedroom. I told members that the registration fees was 5,000 Uganda shillings. And members accepted. I used my mobile phone to get on 2 people. They sent the registration fees, which amounted to around 1.5 million Uganda shillings. We had a meeting July 2020. That meeting was virtual. Members decided we launch out our investment club. In the first month of July, we were able to collect 38 million, which is around 10,000 US dollars. And this is from people who have never met me. From Canada, from USA, from UK, from Qatar, from Dubai, from Uganda, across the country. When we got the 38 million, we said, what do we do? Definitely, during that time, I contacted DFCU Bank that had launched an app by that time, and this is the app called Investment Club app. We went onto the app. I started training people on how to onboard themselves on the app. Members onboarded and members started paying that money. It is the power of the investment club of DFCU that helped us to collect all these funds direct to the bank, not on my phone and not my account. This DFCU investment club app was what actually made my work very, very easy. And of course, the trust of members. Look at this scenario where members have never met an individual. They trust them with over $10,000. 4 years down the road, our club, Stress-Free Investment Club, is almost hitting 200,000 US dollars. When we started getting this money, we said no. We are not going to keep the money on the account. We are going to start immediate investment. We went ahead and opened up our account with UAP Investments, and we started saving our money under the umbrella unit trust funds under the current Old Mutual. Later, after a year, we decided to also venture into bonds, government bonds. We had to invest over 200 million into the government bonds for the next 10 years. So amazing a journey. And I, myself, as Bravo, I am very, very proud being part of this journey, leading a team of over 200 members, saving for the common cause. I know many would ask, what is the end result and what are you looking to achieving? My vision was to see these 200 members get access to homes and affordable homes. Our dream is still on. We are pushing it. We know there are so many ways to skin a goat. We are skinning the goat, and I believe that we are going to get to our end goal, which is accommodation for each and every member. But of course, as you know, that the economy in Uganda has not been the best. It's been tough times. Along the way, some members dropped out. Along the way, some members are joining. Others have lagged behind a little bit. But I want to assure you, I am very happy and very proud to see that this club is hitting its 4th year with no any challenges. And I would like to call upon members that as our AGM comes on late in August, as we end our financial year 2023-2024, I would call upon you to join us, participate, be part of the AGM, and let's have our dream come together. In this same way, we've tried to develop a system, and this is by DIBS Innovation. We are very proud that DIBS Innovation has got us a program, has got us a system that is going to help us roll out our internal lending. When we talk about the internal lending, this would only be for the members, only members, because you must first solve an internal problem for you to solve an external problem. You must first solve a challenge for your own members, for your own family you've created, and then later you can expound it out what. So I believe that with DIBS Innovation, we are able to get to wherever we would want. And for those who are out there and you'd like to join our club, feel free to contact us. You can go to our Google, you put in Stress-Free Investment Club, you get our website, go in, all the details are there, join us, and let's have our dream come true. Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure having you all once again. Thank you.
The ED informed members that his 2-year term has come to an end, and therefore a new ED should be voted in. He thanked members for their cooperation during his time as an ED and requested them to accord the same to the incoming ED. He pointed out that he will remain the member of the club and wishes the incoming ED the best as he steers the club to greater heights. He recommended Mr. Ronald Sebunya to be the next ED of the club, and he was seconded and opposed by the majority of members present. He welcomed members to come up for any other position in the club and participate. He advised members to keep calm on WhatsApp group and not join misunderstandings that led to the members even exiting the club. Members on WhatsApp group have never met, and it is good to get into, it is not good to get into unnecessary attack like such. The ED suggested that we introduce identity card for club members, so that we are able to know who are our members and get to know each other very well. He concluded by wishing everyone by wishing everyone interesting open discussion during the meeting. Minute 5, review of the previous minutes. Minutes of the previous meeting were presented by Mrs. Dora Rubega. Members reviewed the minutes and they were passed as a true record of what transpired in the last general meeting, which was held on 27 August 2022. Minute 6, report submission. We had the audit report. The auditor, CPA Hannington Agaba, presented a document of the audit, and the purpose of the document was to present the finding of the audit for the year that ended 30th June 2023, and a detailed action document attached then, and also was able to give an audit opinion, part of the audit report. A record of the audit report for that note can be, you can find it on the website. The next report was Treasury report. Mr. Seranja Ronald presented the summarized financial record that included account balances, interests, a number of club members active and inactive, club exits, entries, and incomes and expenditure. Then Mr. Ronald Sebunya, the head of investment, appreciated members that have been able to save. He presented a document on club investments, and the purpose of the document was to update the meeting on the risk-free investments, interest fluctuation, and making money from the exits, the trained income, working with partners, and increasing savings of the club. Also, a copy of the head of investment report can also be retrieved at the website. If you're a member and you have the account, you can access those documents, or still approach the admin for that. Minute 8 reaction. Mr. Simon Enam talked about the possibility of investing in land and internal lending, and requested members to weigh the risk of internal lending compared to land. Mr. Brian Edie responded by saying that proper ways will be adopted for whichever decision is taken on investing in internal lending or buying land. Minute 9, keynote speaker. Mr. Hajiba Karuba thanked Mr. Brian Yesije for inviting him as a keynote speaker to address members. He thanked members whether they are ready for, he asked members whether they are ready for real estate and the challenges ahead in that real estate. So he addressed the opportunities and then the challenges in the real estate. He encouraged members to be dreamers and know exactly what they want, and the art of how to have things done and believe in themselves. He said obstacles are within oneself, so targets should be set first. He mentioned that leading people who don't know where they are going is hard because there is always negativity awaiting from outside. He encouraged members that real estate needs a lot of money, but it is achievable with when you vigorously employ different techniques. Mr. Hajiba Karuba emphasized branding and social media as a way of showcasing the club, because Africans believe what they see. He pointed out that at this stage, the club has to show members that they have something to lose if they exit. He encouraged members that some money should be invested and some should be kept. Some should be kept because land prices keep change quickly. So he was emphasizing that we can start now even investing, making some investments even land. Emphasized that the number of homes should be known and planned accordingly, whether to continue with the available number or to find means of looking for new members to join the club. If we are planning for 200 homes, then the number should be well known, and then we make a budget and plan accordingly. That is what he emphasized. He continued to say that plan should be in place. The house plans should be in place of how to might plan available money, putting in mind purchasing land as soon as now. He said discipline is very important, part of working together as a group, because it is not 1 to 5 year journey. It should be something embedded in your brain for all members of the club. He emphasized the possibility of facing challenge in a group investment and said it is not controlled. If it is not controlled, it will reflect in the group, and that's why there should be someone in the group to always keep the group calm. He said good leadership is needed to understand members on personal level and understand that people cannot agree all the time. It is always, people will always disagree to agree. A lot of motivation should be available because human beings don't buy out of logic, they buy out of emotion. People are like and attracted to confidence. Members were advised to put in club t-shirts and take pictures. Yes, yes. To always put on club t-shirts, encourage members to have a target and get out of thinking, start thinking out of box and see different ways on how they can multiply the resources available. He said members should be decisive and willing to learn because it is important to make the quick decisions of the location of where we want to have our homes. He concluded by saying he's willing to work with some members of the club and come up with strategies so that he can help us achieve our goal in real time. Reaction of the members, it is very important to note. Members appreciated Haji Bakar and requested another meeting with him. Members wanted to know what to look out for when buying land. He advised at least someone should be sent on the ground to do the background check, to always do due diligence. And on that note, an investment committee was put in place. So the last AGM, we resolved to start internal lending to members, and a team of 4 members, that is Dora Waboba, Angela Nandaura, Emma Ayebale, Amelia Natkunda were selected and headed by Emma Ayebale. That is straightforward. The Constitution provides for a board of trustees to be instituted. We're supposed to institute a board of trustees. Mr. Enam Simon was selected as an administrative secretary and was seconded by Ruth Namuyiga. If I pronounce your name well, I mean not properly, you forgive me. If it was agreed that members of the club visit the proposed land of interest and do background check, so a team was selected. If this land is bought, only members that have saved up to date will be the only investors in this land. There was a land which was proposed, and the team was selected to go and do some background check, and so the ED will give us an update on that. Mr. Ronald Sevenya promised to provide digital system from Digital Innovation that will help manage the interested and payments and make payments, and also help in the loan management and all. The system is now in place as we get updates from the ED. Members under 2 million shillings who had saved below 2 million were given a grace period up to December 2023 to catch up with their savings. We shall await to hear from the treasurer and an accountant report on that note. Lower the number of decision makers to only 30%. That was for the purpose of the meetings, the monthly meetings, or even the AGM like this, for the quorum to be adjusted so that we are able to make decision very fast as a club. Annual subscription should be paid from the accounts by September 30th. It will be debited directly from the account, meaning all the annual subscription will be paying as normal saving, and the accountant was supposed to be deducting it off from our account. So we shall await to hear a report from the accountant or finance on how far they have gone with this resolution. Minute 11, we had closure. The ED thanked all members who made the presentation and those who deliberated. during the meeting, he invited the guest of honor, Haji Bakaruba, to cut the cake with the birthday babies and all other anniversary, and also celebrating the financial year that we are ending. Dear investors, these are the minutes which were compiled by Mrs. Dora Rubega Atonjire, the club secretary.
Every decision we take has to be monitored, and that has to be governed by a different team of members. Maybe the executive is colliding, those will come from the what? From the members. If we have committees that are handling different things, and then the committee is giving oversight, then there is ownership in the club, and there is no single decision coming from a single what? Institution. So that now when something is made, it doesn't end in one hand, it ends in hands of very many people to take the what? The decision. But also we want to be cognizant that very many members can also deter making what? A good decision. So we also, as the policies get into play, we also have to give room on how we can be able to bring, to break the barrier for us to be able to what? To progress, because that is also key for us to be able to proceed. Maybe in the next fifth year, we'll look at investing some of the money to be able to realize more income and value, because you've been saving, but we've not been giving any interest on savings, and that's what we agreed for 5 years. So how can we be able to invest so that when you're at least getting to the next end of the year, when we come here, we're even announcing how much money you can go back with in your what? In your pocket. It's Christmas time. If you have a package to go back with, those are the things now we need to look at in the next phase of what? Investing, so that now you see the value coming out from what you're saving. At the moment, we are saving because we need to achieve an objective. We are not paying back any person for their money kept with us. It's just helping us to run the investment, some bit of expenses, raise some bit of more revenue in small incomes. But we need to see how we can now diversify. And these are where we take decision and say, you know what? I think now we've gone into lending. It's going to give us some more mileage in terms of what? Income. So we've started it early so that we can study and see. If we put money there with the members, will they be able to pay back? Or are we just throwing water onto stones and it's just washing away? So those are the things we need to be able to think about. So as we grow, we reduce how much money is kept in capital, and most of the money will be tied in what? Investments to generate more what? More revenue. One of the things that we are looking at is becoming legal. You know, legal is been a little bit tricky for us in terms of what direction do we take. Do we take a company? Do we take a cooperative? Do we take... So we've been, as the admins, we've been doing some bit of research with some of the institutions that have been there. Because we have people here, we have people in the US, we have people in Canada, we have people in the UAE, we have people in Pakistan, China. So you can see we are the biggest club in Uganda. Most of the clubs here more of local, yes. So we have a lot of potential in terms of what we can be able to do, where we can be able to reap. We've been getting ideas from the members abroad, some of the ventures we can invest in what? Abroad. And these discussions are happening, only that you members don't get to know what is happening. But there is a lot that is being thought this side, how we can progress this club and make it the best for the members in terms of what they can be able to achieve. Because you've spent a lot of time and money, much as it's small, but it's worth it. But so how do we make it more viable for you to benefit from it in the long run? So that even the person who left is like, I think I made a mistake to do what? To leave. How do I come back? And our doors are open. We always welcome every person who comes back, because our policy is clear. You just have to be equal, because we are all the same. No one is above, no one is bigger. So we are all on the same page. So these are the risks. Of course, those ones are still standing because we have not gone into risk ventures. It's just the reinvestment, because we are in UAP, the rates are fluctuating all the time. This time it is on 11.9, next time it's 10. So that affects how much we get, because what we earn from UAP is on a daily. If it fluctuates, we earn less. If it goes up, we earn more. If it goes down and stays there, we are not making our money as we were expected to do what? to make. Of course, the bond for it is static. We invested once, and I think at that time we invested, the rates were not the best, but at least we needed to do what? To invest and make sure the money doesn't stay on the account, because we need to know where your money is and is it safe. So the other one is the payout risk, and that one has not affected us because the money is always there. We always keep enough sufficient liquid fund on the account. Whoever exits gives us a month, because every money that comes in we send it to UAP. We don't give money. So you give us a month, as we collect, we pay you out, and then you do what? You exit. And that's where we've also been able to raise some bit of income for members who are exiting, because we charge you 10% for members who are exiting, just to help us to manage the costs that we've been running as a club. We can't give you 100% when already spending. I think that we all agreed as members. So the unit trust has 471 million. That is the first account we opened initially. Then after opening it, we also said for us to be able to track the interest, instead of sitting on the account, every interest that the bond pays us, we opened another account. So like I said last year, we just keep earning interest on what? Interest, because it's already our money made. Why don't you use it to make more money, since we are not going to be able to do what? To use it. And just like Emma will be able to tell you this, it is the same money that we want to use to be able to lend to what? To members. So you can see you've made interest. Interest is making interest. We support members at a very affordable fee, and then again interest makes what? Interest. That's how some of these people, the Bill Gates, have been able to become rich, just by doing these simple things. As long as you have the capital, you just sit back, you don't need a salary, you don't need a job. Money just keeps what? Growing. The bank, you see, has 8.86 million. This is just to help us manage the small things that come up. That's the liquidity that we keep. There are members that are exiting. There are those that will exit with a lot of emergency. And we also understand, and we know that some of these things we need to, much as we have 30 days, you sit back and you know why the person is exiting. Some of them need, it's medical related issues, some of them it's family and they need this money. So once we have some money, we do help to settle that money, and we don't make it hard for the what? For the member. So at the end of the day, we have 77 in the deposit, how it is split. Then 22% is in the 10-year bond, and then just 1% is kept on the account. So the total interest for the year is 24 million, but I know as of today we've made, I think, close to 100 million just in the unit trust. And then the interest from what we've reinvested in this year, we've made 4 million from there. So the portfolio basically stands at 722 million as at the end of June 30th. So this also shows you the shift. When you come here, you see the shift that 2021 we were 200 million, 2022 we went to 400 million, that is almost 50% shift. 2023 we went to 500 million. I think there we also, we shifted, but not as we did in the first year. Then 2024 we are at 700 million, which is also another big shift that we are doing, we are making. So like they said earlier, the club is completely growing positively, and that is very encouraging for us of the members to know that actually we are not putting our money where it is not making value at all. This year we are trying to get more partners. I think we're supposed to have a meeting with the Wazalendo team, because they have the Wazalendo investment, which has started the real estate pit, and we think we need to invest with partners that are reputable, that protects us. Other than me going and say, I've got a plot of land, acre, we've done a search and we've bought. And then the fallback position, we don't have it. So we have to avoid some of those investments as what? As administrators. So if we buy as a club and we vetted as a club, once the land is wrong, it's a what? Potea. It's a loss. But if we work with partners that are doing it and they are reputable, once it's wrong, we have a fallback what? Position. For every investment we are taking, we need to have a fallback position, and that's the jinx of saving members money without losing it. We are more of a virtual club. All of us are busy. So we want to digitize and automate most of these things. That's where actually we got this system, that how do we make some of these activities move digital? Because it's very hard. And I want to appreciate Alex, much as he's in the US and sleeping. Members would send money to you, they send to Brian, we update the money in the system, Then you send to Alex. Alex is on the system. He approves. Anytime. I want to appreciate these people in the US, and I think we need to clap for them. Alex, Ron, there is also Dora. Dora came here last year just to attend the AGM. So you can see the love people have for the club. You put in a ticket, come to Uganda as a secretary, attend the AGM, then go back. I think we need to be able also here in the country to pick a leaf and see how we can work together. We need to be able to don't sit back. I know some of us like to be in the Kamori. Let's come to the forefront and let us be heard and let us share ideas on how we can make this work. So the app has that bit of member subscription, but it has a glitch that we can't see it. So that's why we said everything pay it under what? Savings. Yeah, I know the other thing that Ron talked about is we also need to understand why our members are not what? Actively involved in what we are doing. And of course, one of the things that we devised is that we are going to get someone to call each and every member of ours who is not up to date and try to understand what do we need to do. Is it that the method of payment is very disturbing for most of our members? Yeah. Is it inconveniencing? So we've put a system that is going to be able to help us, and we think that as we go forward, we are not starting with payments in the system. First, we are going to start with managing our accounts and being able to monitor what? Our accounts. But in the future, we want to be able to enable people to pay through the what? The system. Create as many channels of payment, how members can save. Those that can save from mobile money can save. Those that can pay using their cards can be able to do what? To pay, so that we make that more convenient. Then Ron said how those that we can be able to reach physically, the way you see how circles operate, someone comes to the market and collects the money. So how do we make sure that we can also be able to reach out to those members? So we are looking at very many ways to make sure members are involved, because at the end of the day, we don't need to leave them behind. Because when we are investing, we agreed that people who are up to date will be the sole owners in what we are what? Investing. Whoever is behind will be left behind.
Where two is, you say what? Let's give you a cappella. 1, 3. Do we get it? Are we ready for that? The a cappella is good, right? Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
As we are drafting the different policies, just like Alex talked about before, these are key notes to key guidelines to note that will be still under the finance and credit. The goal here is to really improve the welfare. We know 80%, just like the AD is quoting, of our club, us women, and 20% like men in the club, but also majority of our members, our membership, entrepreneurs are doing businesses. Others are employed somewhere, but we all have needs. So the loans that we'll be giving out are basically emergency loans, business loans, and then maybe personal development. Someone may need money to add on something, maybe to buy something. So you'll come to stress-free, and then you'll be able to be sorted. As we are growing the club, we have also to make sure that our members are supported. Their income is being supported. You know, the economy is not doing well, we understand that, but how do we make sure that we support our members so that they are consistent in saving every month? It is by offering such short-term credit so that they can be able to boost their businesses or solve certain emergencies. So let's go through the guidelines that we have as admins that we are proposing, so that by the time we move out of this AGM, we'll have a consensus. So we are saying first, the first guideline, one must be registered member of Stress-Free Investment Club. And you know what are the requirements of being a member of stress-free investment club? Just like the ED emphasized, or also Ronald emphasized, the treasurer, we are only going to lend money to only members of stress-free, not outsiders. So this is ours. So we are looking at a member of stress-free investment club. As we are virtual, and the system that we are going to use is digital, stress-free digital bank. So we emphasize each and every member to be registered and having logins, or to be on the website. You know, we have an active online platform, our website, and the system also is linked on our website. So to be able to access this service, you'll be a registered member who is a user on our system to be able to put in a request. Members shall fill and submit a loan application stroke request on the SFIC, Stress-Free Digital Bank online platform that will be launched today, and the demo will be demonstrated. The third, only club members who are in good standing will be eligible to borrow and will be appraised by the credit committee. That is to say, every member should have saved the required saving up to date. You should be up to date, meaning if you're to borrow, then you should have the status as per August. Are we together, members? Because we are borrowing savings, so we have to make sure that we are all at par. So make sure that as you're putting in, you're requesting the saving, your savings are also, you're borrowing on your savings. So that is important to make sure that we saved up to where we are supposed to be. We always share a status update. You remember the other status update that we normally share on WhatsApp. So you can check your accounts on the app and see where you lie as per August. So let's save members. The interest rate shall be charged 5% for 3 months. Quote me right. We are not money lenders, and as stress-free, we have to give affordable credit to support our members. If you look at 5% by 3 months, that is like 1.6 per month, 1.6% per month. That is affordable credit. That is really competitive from other areas. I know some of you belong to other circles, belong to other even banks, but there is no good rates like our good rate that we are offering. And then, of course, when we give you 3 months, 5%, 3 months, we shall do a payment schedule. We shall spread the installments so that we don't give you a burden as you're also continuing to also save monthly. The next thing we shall look at the maximum amount to borrow. One shall borrow. We shall consider 40% of total saving. That is monthly saving and annual booster savings. So no one is going to, we are still safeguarding people's savings, and we are only allowing you to borrow up to 40%, bearing in mind that there is interest that will accrue from the principal that you're taking. Then also bearing in mind the 10% exit policy. So if we granted you 100% or 80% or 70%, still we are risking losing you. So that is where we are open and saying in order to mitigate the risk, the credit risk, let's allow members only to borrow up to 40%. Maximum loan duration shall be 3 months. We are not exceeding 3 months. You know our goal, we are not money lenders, we are not we have not made the decision of completely diverting into lending. Our vision or goal or mission is to go into real estate or build the condominium. So what if in 3 months we happen to get good land where we can, for example, build our condominiums? We'll have to channel the money from lending and then support our main. We don't have to lose focus. So this is temporary. That is why we are offering short term loans. But still, like the ED put it, we are diverting just a small percentage from the interest that we are earning from the bond and the unit trust. That is what we are lending, but still the money will be there. But just in case we needed to achieve our main purpose, why we are doing, why we formed Stress Free, it should be easy for us in 3 months to have gathered the resources. So that's why we don't want to give people many months. But still, if you give members many months, you'll be burdening them on top of them meeting their monthly commitment of 90,000, and then they have to pay this other loan. So 3 months is really reasonable at that interest rate that we are offering you. As you're opening the account for the digital bank, these are some of the requirements as they will demonstrate to us. The loans will be approved by loans committee composed of 4 members. Just like I emphasized, terms and conditions apply, such as any member who defaults upon 3 months, the club shall recover from his or her savings. We are not going to run after members. This is a stress-free investment club. We begin putting court bailiff. We begin hiring lawyers and police. No. That is why we are putting a measure, a control measure of a member being able to borrow up to 40%. But still, we are not going to entertain what I call negligence or laziness and all that. We are going to, we expect members to be responsible. At least for the period of 3 months they have given you, please pay back. And if you are not able, communicate.
And I wanted to comment about the exit policy. I think someone talked about it in the last AGM. I was wondering whether we can be flexible a bit to change or add a clause under that, because if I've been saving with the club for 4 years and I exit with a fine, it could be that I'm exiting because there's a problem, and it is my money that the club has been using to also grow in its investments. I think there should be a clause, just like she said, when you're borrowing you should have saved up to date. Then also, if you're exiting and you were up to date, or you've saved for the last 4 years, you shouldn't just exit and even be fined by 10%. I think there should be something there to help motivate club members to continue saving, that even when I'm exiting, even before those houses are built, at least I can get something out of this. Because if I've been saving for 5 years and I have 10 million, and then when I'm exiting because maybe I'm going away or my husband has bought me a bigger house, just in case, I just walk away with less than 10 actually, because you're going to even fine me. I think going forward we need to start to think about, if someone you put conditions for when people are exiting, they should go with something, because it is really demotivating to leave with zero. and with just a fine, and yet that money that you're saying the club can exist without members, it is the members' money that has built that money. I don't know whether people are getting me. I think at some point we need, I don't know, you said we had a legal team. We need the legal team and the committees to sit down and critically think about that. I'm not talking about members who haven't been saving. There are those that have diligently saved. Some of us even save a year before, like the whole year. And when I'm exiting for certain reasons, there should be a committee to vet and check, why am I leaving? If I'm leaving for the right reasons or reasons beyond my control, I shouldn't just go with a fine.
I would agree if someone is fined if it is below the 5 years. That one I totally agree. If you're exiting below the 5 years, then yes. Then it doesn't mean that when others go, the entire club will go. We should not, you're not being somewhere where you're in prison. You're like, I don't want to leave my company, but at the end, I don't feel comfortable being here. So we should be flexible a bit, like the way, people put it up. I think we can pick it from there some other time. The other thing, she shared about the policies. I remember those policies were shared. I don't know who shared them. I don't remember his name, the California guy. Yeah. I talk about the California guy because maybe one time I'll go there. So he shared those policies and said we read them. I don't know how many of us took time to read. Maybe the reaction should be, I didn't understand this clause, I didn't understand what this means. But they were shared on the group. So maybe if someone didn't get them, we should bounce back and reread. Because sometimes the time we have here is maybe not enough to have all these policies read word per word. But if you read through and there is somewhere you don't understand, you can always, bounce back and ask a question. What did this mean? How, so that we progress. But also, my sister here said she has not been active on the group. We should be active. Some of us quarrel on that group, like if we begin, we shall quarrel. Because, this is a matter of money. I told everyone, even if it is 1K, it is my money. I know what it means for me to earn the 1K. In Kampala here, we survive by knocking people on the road. You just walk out, downtown. So we should be active on the group. I always have challenges with the website, but I think I'll have it, sorted today. So we should be active on those platforms because at the end of the day, this is your money. Follow it up. Know where your money is.
We're talking about how to improve our club. I would think we invest more in marketing as well. Marketing as members and marketing as a club. And like somebody mentioned, us being focused on a particular goal and being reminded of it will keep members up there. They will know how to market it. They'll be like, we are ending our 5 years and we are getting the condominiums. No, our plan was to get condominiums in 5 years. We are not realizing it because of ABCD, but we have land here. Or we have a house here. Like somebody said, something tangible. It will help the members market better. I remember after last year's AGM, we were encouraged to market social media. And really, I tried to do a good job, and I would give people the numbers to the people I think will help them better. Sometimes cause, you're failing to say certain things. So I think today I was surprised personally to see that 10 and 15 years, I was like, okay, I didn't know about it. I think some of these things should come from us before we see them there. Because some of us may take longer to take in these things, and as we go out, the contributions may either slow or some people plan to exit or fail to interest other people into joining the club because they are not understanding the vision or the goal at all. Then I would like ED to address, like we said in the previous meeting or last year, like we saw a cost there. We meant to buy land, or we recommended to buy land, and it didn't happen. So what happened? Like we need to know what really happened.
Norman is asking, the target was 5 years saving. In case one wants to leave, should have something additional towards his or her savings. But leaving below 5 years, a 10% discount should be chopped off from a member's savings. All right, those are good thoughts.
I have two questions. I remember when the club was starting, we had quarterly meetings, and those meetings would help us to motivate the team members, the stress-free members. I don't know, maybe the administration thought maybe they were no longer necessary. I don't know what happened, because they were acting as the club motivators. I don't know what happened. The group is boring. The WhatsApp, you go there for the whole month, there's nothing there. I don't know. I want to know what happened really. Then another question is, during the last annual general meeting, I remember we were promised to get the club IDs, and from the communications that we have had, the whole leaders, I think no one talks about the IDs, the club IDs. What really happened? I want to know how far it was the plan now.
The exit policy was there just to make sure the club is not used as a conduit for people who are not what? Serious. Imagine all of you who have come up to the 4th year, if we're exiting the people who left, who were I think 300 plus, and we're giving them all their money, we wouldn't be where we are at the moment. However, we also consider it in understanding some of the challenges. We will be able to revise the constitution and have some exceptions for what? For exits. Sometimes it can be because of, we say maybe if it's because of death, we can give a person their money. If it's a chronic disease, it's understandable. A person can be able to get what? Their money. If someone lost their job, probably they haven't been working for almost 6 months. It's a tough situation, or 2 years you're not working. It's a tough situation. We can have some considerations within what? The constitution to have exceptions, but the rule still what? Stands. We need to make sure the club is not just misused, because if everyone just wants to exit, I know my sister wants to buy land in Luca, then she will exit. So what do we benefit as a club? But I've also talked about that we need to increase our savings, to grow our what? Investments, so that even after 5 years, even when you exit, even before you exit, we're paying you back. So that when you come to the AGM, everyone wants to know how much money am I getting. That's what is the interest of most of the AGMs. For some of you who have attended them, what announcement is coming from the ED this year? What are we taking as a check? That is what we are looking at, and we need to be able to look ahead, not just now. And these are some of the steps that help us to go there. And then on the, someone said about the tangible thing, about kickstarting the project. I think I'll put it together with the person who raised the issue of land. Last year we had we needed to buy land, but we needed to be independent. We set a committee to go and do what? Check the land. The committee went, checked the land, we did the evaluation, we did the research, the report also came out with findings on the land we wanted to buy. Of course, there has to be a vote internally between the administrators and the committee, but based on the what? On the findings, whether it is viable for us to do what? To hold the land, and then if we are taking the land, what are we going to do on the what? On the land. So we have to look at all those things, but not as independent, not as me as the ED or with my administrator, but as a team. So the other team, independent of the committee, of the executive committee, went to do a check on the land, but also there's a report that I also sanctioned to do a search on the land to look at whether it's authentic and probably look at its boundary and how it is structured, because we need to take all that into consideration. Of course, at the end of the day, we take a majority rule. In this club, we said we are not dictating, it's stress-free. So once a decision is taken and it's viable, then we agree with the decision. However, we also, like I said earlier on, that some of these decisions we also have to stream down to see how do we ensure that some of these projects cannot be impeded by the decisions taken by the people who are supposed to do what? To initiate them. Those are the policies Alex talked about. And that, I think that coincides with the land. Someone said tangible project. Of course, there are so many projects we've been doing in the back end. I think I talked about this. I've been moving with Linda, visited different stakeholders. I think we went to national housing with Brian. We are doing a lot of things in the background because the task is what? To construct houses for what? For members. But we can't do it as a club. We are not experienced to go into real estate and start construction. We need to get a partner who knows what to do so that a member takes their house and they know that it is worth it. So that's what we are looking at. Of course, I've also tasked the head of investment to start this year to, again, sanction more partners, but also try scouting out where we can be able to get what? Land that we can vet and be able to buy and start the what? The project. There's a lot that is happening in the background. Some of it may not be shared on the WhatsApp group, but in such session, that's where we're able to update you on what is what? Going on. For Club IDs, that is a venture that we'll be able to pick, much as we discussed last year. But remember, we don't have a database that actually has members what? Information. All we have is your registration on the DFCU app. We even don't know whether what you put on the DFCU app is who? Is you, yourself. So that's why we moved so fast to make sure we have a system in place that is going to be able to keep our biodata. I know the person who is in charge of security is online. He will just give a minute of a brief because we also migrated the admin emails from the standard webmail to Microsoft Outlook. Just for what? For security, because there's a lot of information that is exchanged for members between the administrators when they are communicating. So we also need to make sure that data is what? Secure, because the person's ID has to be secure as it's moving. So those web email we moved away. That's one of the steps that we've moved. We had the system. There's a security gentleman online. He will give a report. He had to do also a security report just to check where we have loopholes and be able to address them as the what? As a club. This system is not, of course, it was proposed by Digital Innovation and Business Security, which is owned by me. Of course, we deal in technology and systems by banks, circles, hospitals, schools, name it. But this we gave it to the club, not at a cost. All the club had to pay was to make sure, because the one we had was so advanced, it would not make sense. So all the expenses that went was just to customize it to make sure it fits what the club wants. So that's all. And it's completely not owned by us. It's now owned by the what? By the club.
Lynette asked if she returns money in 3 months, can she borrow it again? Yes. Can she borrow the money? Yes. If you have borrowed 500 in 3 months, if you come back, even you can increase on your amount or even take the same amount. But all what we want is for the loan period to be met, and you come back and apply afresh. The reason why we are emphasizing installment payment is because of recovery. Me and you are money lenders, and we know the issues of money. The more burden that you give people, that the more likely to lose money. So it is good that you make it. Of course, there are people here who are okay with paying money, a lump sum at the end of 3 months. But if you make a policy, then it must work for everyone standard. If you encourage installment payment, that is the best way to recover money. But if you begin allowing people, at least you notice like 50,000 in 1 million is little money for 3 months. A normal money lender will charge you 150.
I'm going to walk you through the system. You will go to your browser. I'm going to walk you through how you will be able to access it. You'll go to your browser, then you type Stress-Free Investment Club, or you can type sfic/ug.com. It is sfic/ug.com. You will be directed here on this website for Stress-Free Investment Club. So you will come here to Stress-Free Investment Club Banking. You will not log in from the website, but you will just click on Stress-Free Investment Club Banking. When you click on it, it will open. So what you will do, you'll come and either you can create an account or you click on sign in. Here you'll be creating a new account. You will create it using your email, which will be captured by the admin or from the admin end, who will approve you if you are a realistic member or not. You will click on sign in or you can click on create an account. I had already registered. For the meantime, let me just log in to show you some of the things. So I come here to log in. So when I log in, this is where I will get. So this account here, it is not the account that will be in a bank. This account is independent of the account that is in a bank. It is account for the system, and also the DFCU bank has your account, which is independent of this. So under the system, what you will be able here, you will be able to deposit, but you are not depositing through the system. After you have deposited from the bank through the DFCU bank, through the DFCU application, you come here and update your system, or you update your details. So you will come here to deposit. So when you click on deposit, it will show you all the depositing history. We wanted to know if we can be able to get your details from the bank, so that we can retrieve them from the bank and put on the system. But they told us they don't have that option. So what you will do, you will come to the system for the very first time when you are going to update your deposits, or I mean your savings. Come to the deposit, then you will put the actual money that is on your account. So you will come and select, you saved with DFCU, then you put the money, the exact money that is there currently. Let me say my bill is having 500,000 for up to date. It's now. Then when I submit, it is going to first guide me on how I have to be able to deposit or to save. So this is the guidelines. Log to the app. That the app will be now that one over the way you do it. This one is like a guide. Then when I click on pay now, the money, the admin will receive the what? Will receive the notification that the person Benjamin has deposited. So he will confirm if it is true that he has deposited in the what? In the DFCU account. Now here I will be on pending. I will keep on pending until when the admin has approved it.
When we started this, we were all in our houses. We were not communicating. Most of us don't know each other. We started this online, and this is the beauty about this. Stress-Free Investment Club right now has over 200 people, and we are all over the world, from the US to Canada to the Middle East, as well as in Africa. We started by saving 2,000 shillings per day for 30 days. We didn't count the 31st day. We said standard 30 days. So we were saving 60,000 shillings in a month. We later on grew a year ago. We increased it to 3,000 shillings per day. And now we are saving 90,000 shillings a month. Between 2019 up to today, each member, if they are steadily saving, should have about 4,500,000 and slightly above shillings as a saving. Our current saving as a club, because what we did is we didn't leave the money on the account. We took the money and put it in bonds and treasury bills. So we earn interest in the money that we've been saving. Once we save it in our bank, we transfer it every month. So as I speak, by June, when the accounts were done, June 30th this year, we have 749 million shillings amongst the 2,000, not 2,000, 200 members. We pride ourselves on accountability. We pride ourselves on being resilient. We pride ourselves on being able to do this. We want to achieve what you cannot achieve when you're one person. We want to achieve it as a group. And because we are collectively doing this, we hope that in maybe next year or next year but one, we shall start thinking of where we can invest our money into. Our first initial vision was to have condominiums. And this is something that most of us cannot achieve on our own. But as a group, with the monies that will be involved, the money that we would have saved, we hope that we can be able to achieve something. Perhaps even maybe invest in other big companies and be able to have shares in big companies whereby we can have bigger returns, thereby making our stress-free club realize our vision and our dreams faster than what we had thought we would do. We've managed to have people to trust us because of how we have managed our system. We did not know each other. I go back to say that we met online, on Facebook, and then the power of media brought us together. Now, we are lucky that the people who were selected, and then we had to, we created a WhatsApp group, and then we had to vote online. By the time, let me go back, by the time we created the WhatsApp group, around 500 to 600 people joined. So WhatsApp that time could not accommodate more than 250 people on a group. So we made 3 groups. Then we went on each group, and then we were asked who can serve. This service that we are doing as administrators, it is really, it's for free. We are doing it just because we want to serve and we want to uplift someone perhaps like you, someone like me, to be able to achieve what they would not perhaps have achieved when they are on their own.
Our club is mostly dominated by ladies. We have almost 80% of the members who are ladies. So that shows you the emphasis and the key agenda that the lady can put forth when it comes to saving and raising funds, because these are the mothers of the nations, and we feel that as we empower them through Stress-Free Investment Club, they are empowering their families, they are empowering their children to be able to pick up the mantle of saving and plan for the future. So we have members that have lost jobs, we have members that have had chronic diseases, we have members that also experience death within the families. So this club comes together to ensure that in such circumstances, we are able to support our members, and we're there to stand for them in times where things seem to be difficult. Just like we started it in COVID when things were tough, we continue to ensure that for whatever we do, whenever situation gets tough, the club is there to stand for them and enable them to overcome the challenges or the problems they are having. Today has been an enormous journey for us. We've been planning all of a sudden to see how best we can be able to add more products for the club. One of the products that we've launched today is to be able to open up lending for members internally. So members can be able to borrow within the club, but at a very low interest rate. That is 1.6% that is supposed to be paid by the member for any amount they borrow, and they're supposed to pay it back within 3 months. We feel this is very, very, very affordable, the cheapest rate that you can find on the market for anyone who is lending. But this is not that we want to make money from lending. This is basically meant to make sure we address the needs of the members or address the challenges that our members have. Members have challenges where they don't have school fees for children, they are sick, they don't have money to be able to meet these challenges. They have small concerns within their family units that they need to be able to address. So we feel instead of the member exiting the group, we create an avenue where they can be able to come and pick from the pool of funds and be able to address those challenges, but also continue saving. We've built a habit of saving where we've enabled members to save for 5 years, where no one is getting any payment that is given to them for 5 years. So we feel very proud that we've been able to achieve this and maintain the steady number of members who have been able to save for all this period, more than 400 members, without thinking of exiting their money for 5 years non-stop. So we also feel that lending is going to help our members to be able to start up small businesses that can support them, probably raise more income. But also to add on that, we've realized that some of these things that we do, all the process, all the activities that we launch, cannot work without technology. Another product that we've launched today is the system, which is provided by DIBS, Digital Innovation and Business Security, who are providing systems for banks, for circles, for hospitals, for schools. So we felt that actually when we digitize the processes and everything, it will create more control in managing the operation of the club. So this system is able to allow members to access services, both borrowing, lending, but also saving their money. But also it helps us to manage a database of our members and know who they are, because most of them are spread across the globe. There are those that are in the UK, there are those that are in the US, there are those that are in Afghanistan, there are those that are in Turkey, and there are those that are in the UAE, there are those that are in the UK, and even in Africa we have members in Tanzania, Kenya, and then in Uganda, across the country we have members that are there. So we feel that once we digitize, we bring these members together, and the digital channels enables us to engage them, to be able to reach out to them, to be able to do more activities, but also we plan to launch more products that are enable our members to grow. And one of the products that we're looking at, how can we enable members to plan for their retirement, save with us as we pay them interest back on their savings.
What motivated me to join Stress Free Investment Club? It was, I think, around COVID times when this club started. So being a time that we were just held up in a lockdown, and then, it was really hard to pull resources together. But when the idea came up that you can join different people and actually pull resources, for further use. So I jumped on. Of course, it was initiated by Bravo to me, because I knew Bravo then, Brian Bravo. So definitely when he started up with that idea, as a woman, money, we always want that women money. So most of the times it is hard for you to save money on your own, pulling resources probably for a goal you want, and also looking at the idea. I joined the club because of the long-term goal of having a condominium. So I also wanted to be part of those, rich people owning a house in Kampala, So when they brought up the idea, I was like, oh, good, I can actually hoop on this. So that's how I joined. One of the challenges we have, I personally, is saving money, which I can easily access. It is really challenging. If I have money and I can easily access it, trust me, I'll chew it on a Friday, So, but this is money you've put somewhere, it is yours, and you cannot easily pull it out. But if you're like, say, saving alone, and you can access your money, it might not help you achieve the goal. But also, if you're saving with maybe a group that is not credible, some people can run away with your money. We've seen these things where you put your money, you don't know the people, you don't even know how to trace them from, and actually you track your money from your phone. Personally, I give it a thumbs up.